40,000 years ago, if you got a headache, your local doctor's official medical opinion was that you had a ghost trapped in your skull. And his cure? Taking a sharp rock and drilling a hole into your head until the ghost left. For 99% of human history, the medical system was just a group of terrified people in a cave, guessing in the dark and refusing to die. And the wildest part? They actually won! Meet Grug. Grug took a rock to the head on a mammoth hunt a few days back. At the time, no big deal. Walked it off. But today, that wound has turned green. He's sweating like a sinner in church, and he's having a heated argument with a bush that isn't there. The tribe gathers around. Not a single one of them knows what a germ is. But all of a sudden, every single one of them becomes a WebMD expert. Guy number 1 hands him tree bark, tells him to chew it, and shockingly, he nailed it. Willow bark contains salicin, the active ingredient sitting in modern aspirin right now. This man just prescribed unsynthesized Tylenol off a tree. Guy number 2 shoves him out of the way and slaps a fistful of raw honey directly onto Grug's exposed skull meat. He's also correct. Honey is a straight-up nightmare for bacteria. It sucks the water right out of them until they shrivel into little germ raisins and die. Then the weird one steps up. Suggests packing the rotting wound with live maggots. Now, maggots only eat dead, infected flesh. They leave the healthy stuff completely alone. They're the most disgusting, wriggling little surgeons on Earth, but the method works. Which means the filthiest, strangest guy in the entire tribe was secretly the chief of surgery. When the bark and the mud tapped out, they brought out the heavy artillery. The shaman. His theory was simple. Grug isn't sick, he's cursed. So the shaman shows up with smoke, bones, and a chant nobody understands. He starts yelling at spirits and shaking a stick with teeth on it. And it kind of worked. Not the magic did nothing. But when you are in agony and someone you completely trust throws everything they have into saving you, your body calms down, your stress levels plummet, and a calm body heals. A panicking body dies. Thousands of years ago, cavemen weaponized the placebo effect. It was vibes-based medicine, and the vibes were occasionally load-bearing. And when the bark, the bee juice, the maggots, and even the vibes failed, they pulled out the real heavy artillery. It's called trepanation, the oldest surgery we know of. They drilled holes into living people's heads, probably to relieve pressure after a head injury, or to let the evil out of someone having seizures. And you're thinking, that's just murder with extra steps. But it wasn't. We've dug up these skulls, and the bone around the hole healed. So Grug here survives one rock to the head, and his reward is his friends giving him a second, more professional rock hole in the head. And this wasn't isolated. People on completely different continents who never met all independently decided that skull drilling was a top-tier medical option. Now here's the part that actually gets me. Archaeologists have found skeletons from this exact era with snapped femurs, the biggest bone in your body, that healed perfectly straight. That does not happen by accident in the wild. If a wild animal breaks its leg, it gets eaten. A straight femur means that for 6 straight weeks, the tribe fed a guy who couldn't hunt. They carried him, they guarded him from predators, they dragged his completely useless body just to keep him breathing. The dawn of medicine wasn't born in a sterile lab. It didn't come from a brilliant scientist with a degree. It started in a dark cave, with a teenage doctor named Maybe Kyle, a handful of honey, and a tribe that straight up decided they loved Grug too much to let him die. That, and nobody wanted to carry his rocks.